Here we go. I'm going to edit it after. Oops. There we go. What's up guys, it's Fox here, and I'm giving you guys a quick tutorial on how to make a Minecraft texture pack. This will be for 1.5.2, I believe is the current version we're on right now. And basically I'm just going to do a quick tutorial. It's going to teach you how to set up a pack, modify it, and how to use it in game. So first off, I got to cover what is a texture pack. Now a texture pack is just a group of files that change how the game looks. For example, I'm on my texture pack right now. This is one that I created. This is Foxcraft, my texture pack, and it looks something like this. And as you can see, textures are not the same as the default Minecraft. Some of mine are even animated. So that's pretty much what a texture pack is. It just changes the way that the game looks. So with that said, now we know what a texture pack is, so I'm pretty sure thinking, hey, this is pretty sick. Let's try to make one. Well, it can be done pretty easily. It just requires a couple things. First off, you need to have two things. You need to have a file management program, such as WinRAR, which is this isn't WinRAR, but I'm just using it as an example on this program here, which is the actual starter pack that I'm going to be using in this tutorial. And you also need a digital editing program, something like GIMP or Say or Photoshop, like I've got right here. And for this tutorial, I will be using GIMP and WinRAR, and I will put download links for those after this video is over. But as for now, we're going to get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your texture pack set up. So once you have WinRAR downloaded or 7-zip or your file management program, I am going to be using WinRAR. What you're going to do is you're going to right click somewhere on your desktop, go down to New, and go to WinRAR Archive. Now this right here is going to be your texture pack. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click that, and you're going to rename it whatever your pack is. So I will do this tutorial texture pack. Okay, so there we go. So basically when you double click this, there's nothing in it. That is because we do not have the files there yet. So what you're going to want to do is, I'm on a Windows 8. It's different for Windows 7. What you want to do is you're just going to go to Start, and you're going to search, and you're just going to search for Run. And you're going to want to open that. And what you're going to get is you're going to get a little box or something like this. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to type a percent symbol, the word app data, APPDATA, and then another percent symbol, and you're going to press enter. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring up some of the hidden files on your computer. Now you'll probably notice the one that you're looking for is right here on the top, which is .minecraft. You're going to double click that, and then you're probably going to have a bunch of confusing files. Mine has, my Minecraft.jar has a bunch of mods on it, so it has mod loader and stuff like that. Yours probably won't have that, but what you should have is a file that's called bin. So you're going to double click that and open that. And then this is where you have to apply WinRAR. So you're going to right click this one, and oh, I'm sorry, I did it differently since I already applied it. There we go. So you're going to hit go down, right click it, open with, and what you're going to do is you're going to, like, since I already have mine on there, you're just going to want to choose default program, and you're going to want to select WinRAR from that list. So once you have that selected, you're just going to crack this open. And for those of you who don't know, this is actually your Minecraft.jar. And what this is this is all the standard files for Minecraft and where they're located. You will see there's a bunch of folders, achievement, armor, art, com, environment, font, blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to see a lot of class files. And those, we're not going to pay much attention to those because those aren't needed for texture packs. And also, I will be updating this video after 1.5.2, like when 1.6 comes out, which I think is going to be pretty soon. And also, please be sure to leave comments and stuff like that if you have any questions in the video, so I can be sure to help you guys. Alright, so back to what we were doing. So I have my tutorial texture pack here. And before I do this, I'm going to try this now. For some reason, when I do it, I try to drag this into my texture pack folder. It doesn't work unless it's compressed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click this and go to send to and compressed and zipped folder. So now there's two. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to click the old one and delete the old one. So you have the new one and it's a compressed one. And there should be another one inside of there. What you're going to want to do, you're just going to right click that and delete that too. So, oh, never mind. I did it wrong again. I am so sorry because I'm a dipstick. You're going to want to leave that one there because that's the one showing what it is. You delete the other one. Let me try that one more time for you guys. Don't learn the hard way like I did. File new, test, texture, pack. Look at me, I'm failing this. Do that. Come on. Don't do that. Goofy. Go to here. Send to compressed. Now, why did it do that? It didn't do it last time. Let me try. Oh, okay, hang on. Take that one out. Place the file in. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Basically what I did is I drugged that out of that one and then put it on the desktop. So we're going to get rid of that one. There we go. We got it. We got it. And if not, I don't know why, but for some reason it has to be in a compressed folder. Otherwise it doesn't work in game. So sorry about that. I did that once. I always get stuck on that step. For those of you who don't want to go through that step, I will post a link for this, which is the 1.5.2 starter pack that I made, and that will have everything in it if you don't want to try to struggle through that step. So for now, I'm going to just try to do this the best I can, even though I'm probably just going to end up showing you guys that other file anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this one. I don't remember 100% what I need. So the files you're going to need are armor, art, environment, GUI, item, miscellaneous, mob, textures, title, a pack.png, which is just a picture file, a pack.txt, that is the file that describes what your texture pack is, and particles.png, that's just a bunch of little random doohickeys, like the things in the game, like the bobber for when you're fishing and stuff like that. So those are all the files that you're going to need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them from my minecraft.jar, which is right here, and I'm going to drag them into my new texture pack folder. So if I'm looking at this, which ones do we need again? I'm just going to bring this up here. So we need armor. I'm just going to click and drag them and bring them into the other one. So we need armor, art, environment, GUI. And I'm not sure about font. I don't think you can edit the fonts yet. I think they're going to do that for 1.6 when they change the texture packs again. But for now, we're just going to do it like this. So we have GUI, item, no lang, miscellaneous. We're bringing that one in. Mob, that's where all the mobs are at. Textures. That's the most important one because that one contains every single block and item in the game. Title, that one's going to change how the title looks. And then the couple you're going to have trouble finding, you're going to have to scroll really far down to find. These are the last few. They're just completely buried in this class. Oh, I saw it. Completely buried. There they are. Pack.png, pack.txt, and particles.png. There we go. So that should be right. Let me minimize and make sure we got all of those in there. Armor, art, environment, GUI, item, miscellaneous, mob, textures, title, pack, and particles. Perfect. That should be exactly the same as my other one. Test texture pack. Let me see. Yep, they are completely identical. So that means we got it. And then what you're going to want to do is this. I'm switching between stuff here. Your Minecraft.jar, the one that you just got the stuff from, you're just going to want to close that because you don't need that anymore. So this is actually going to be your texture pack file, and I know that some people who are getting into this probably already know most of these steps and stuff like this. But so basically what you're going to want to do is now you can actually start editing your texture pack, and this is how it works. So armor, I'm going to give a brief explanation of where everything is. So armor, that just contains all of the armor files. Art, that contains one file, which is kz.png, and that one is for the paintings. Environment, clouds, moon, rain, sun, whatever, obviously, it's self-explanatory. GUI, this one, is where all of the inventory icons and stuff like that are located, like the crafting menus and creative inventory, stuff like that. Item, these are like the actual in-game items, not like the ones that you hold, but the actual items, like the book on the enchantment table, doors, chests, carts, like arrows, like the actual visual arrows after you shoot them. Stuff like that, not 2D, but like the actual items. Miscellaneous, that it contains more stuff like that. Pumpkin blur, that's like what it looks like when you're wearing the pumpkin on your head. Grass color, that's just like a, shoot, I don't know what that's called. It's like a scale of the color. Glint, same thing. Explosion, you can change the explosion there. So that's just more miscellaneous stuff. Mob, this is probably one of my favorites. This is where every single one of the mobs are located. Ender Dragon is in several parts in here, in that folder. And also, double-clicking the top file, if you're using WinRAR, the one with the 2 dots, that just makes you go back, if you're wondering what that is. So you can't really delete it, it's just there to help you go back. And then villagers are in there, and the rest of the mobs should be right in plain sight. So we're going to go back again. Textures, this is where almost all of your editing will be done. So this is blocks, and that's items. So items is everything in your inventory, like what it would look like in your inventory. The bows, the bowl, bread, brewing stand, like everything that would be in your inventory, not like actually placed as an item. Blocks is where all the things are that are actually placed. For example, like cloth 0 to 110, whatever, those are all the wool files. And some of the things have really weird names, like for cobblestone, I thought it was like stone something. It's not cobble, it's stone brick, I think is the one. It gets really confusing. So things aren't always under their in-game names, so it may take a little bit to look around for those, just a warning. And then title, that is just going to be where everything is located, like the loading screen, and then the background for when you're on the main menu of in-game, like that sort of stuff. That's all that. Splashes.txt, that is the file for like the little yellow pulsing letters when you open the game, stuff like that. And then the last three, these are actually pretty simple. Pack.png, that is the little picture that goes with your texture pack. That will be the picture that goes with it whenever you have it in-game. Pack.text, this is going to be the little description that goes next to the picture. I'll open this one up for you. I opened it with Notepad. Do not open it up with anything other than Notepad, otherwise it will save it in the wrong format. It says the default look of Minecraft. So let me just change that. Texture pack tutorial video. Just to be sure this works, I'm going to try this. Because if not, I'll just show you guys after. So I'm going to save. And then sometimes when you're saving things, you'll get this prompt. It'll say, file, whatever you edited, which mine was pack.txt, was modified. Do you wish to update it in the archive? Hit yes, because that will override the old one. Otherwise, you'll hit no, and nothing will ever get updated. So next thing, now that we know where everything is, we're just going to try to edit something super quick. And for the first time, for those of you who use GIMP, you are going to have to maybe, I think, drag something onto your desktop before you start editing it. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to take dirt.png, drag it over onto my desktop, and now it's on my desktop. So I'm going to right-click that. And since I already have mine, yours is going to be a little different, but you're going to go down to Open With, and mine says GNU Image Manipulation Program. That would be GIMP, but for those of you who don't have it, you'd have to go down, click Choose Default, and then you just have to find GIMP or Photoshop from the list. You cannot use Paint because Paint does not allow transparency, and I'll explain what that is in a second. So I'm just going to minimize that, and so now we have our texture pack and a file. So what we're going to do is, since I have GIMP on, I'm just going to open it up with GIMP. Just gotta wait for that to load, and there we go. So I just made mine bigger. Where did my toolbox go? That's strange. Windows. There we go. So what we're gonna do is, you're probably gonna look, yours is not gonna look the same as mine. It might not, because I move mine around and stuff. But what you're gonna want to do is, if you don't have this yet, I just made it big by clicking the square in the corner of the program. And then if you don't have a toolbox up, it should, if this is your first time, but you should go to Windows and then click Toolbox, or you can just press Control B on your keyboard and that should bring one up. So the first thing we're going to do is, you're going to notice this is really small. We're editing dirt.png, so this will be the in-game dirt. So we're just going to, I clicked over here on the left on magnifying glass under the toolbox. I'm just going to keep clicking a couple times until that gets zoomed in to about, well, let's do there. So this is what the dirt looks like in game. And for those of you who can see this, there's this really thin line, and if I click right now, it gets really messed up because I'm in a really big brush size. And another neat tip is pressing Control Z or going over to Edit and clicking Undo Pencil. That tool will be your best friend. You can also Redo, which will apply the last thing you did again, and undo it. Those are two very important tools. Now, when you create a new toolbox, there should be an option down here, in this one right here. It should say the brush. You don't really need to worry about the brush, but the size is the thing you're going to want to change. So if you're looking at the size right now, it should say something like 20 or something high. You're just going to click that arrow and make it go all the way down to 1 or just drag it. As long as it says 1.00, you should be good. What that does is that changes the brush size to 1 pixel. So now I'm drawing in completely tiny little black pixels. So another thing you want to do is you're going to go to pencil tool, which is the standard tool for coloring. And then I just went down and I clicked the color box right down here, and that just brings up the menu for colors. So what you're going to want to do for colors, since this is dirt, I'm just clicking and moving. I'm going to go down to orangish, and then I'm going to click in the center of this box here, and I'm going to find a brownish color for dirt. So you can make the brush actually bigger, but also down here, I'm just going to bring this over, you should be able to click that box and there should be different brush sizes. There is one down further on the list. It looks like one little speck, and that is a pixel brush, which means that is exactly however pixels by however many pixels. So if I make it 4, it'll be a 4 by 4 square like I just did there. If I make it 8 by 8, which is 8.00, it'll be an 8 square. But since I'm just going to cover this whole thing with dirt, I'm going to make it 16, and I'm just going to click right in the center of it. Bam. And that is going to be my template for my new dirt. And you don't have to copy my techniques. I'm going to put this back down to 1 now. You don't have to copy my techniques. My techniques are different than everybody else's. I'm just doing this as a tutorial. So the next thing I did is down here, there's a dodge and burn tool. What this tool does is it makes it so when you click, it makes the area brighter. And if you're holding down control on your keyboard and you click, it makes the area darker. So this is one of my favorite tools for using textures and editing textures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control Z twice and undo that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm holding down Control right now, and I'm just going to kind of go over it, give it a little texture, kind of mess around with it, do some crazy stuff to it, maybe make it even a little darker, go over it a couple times. And there are different methods. This is just kind of a method that I like to use, just this kind of technique. So then that's that. Now I'm letting go of Control. I'm just going to kind of add a couple light spots. I'm not going to go into detail. You guys can go into detail, do whatever you want. I'm just doing this for the tutorial, which hopefully should work. If not, I just got to go to my other one and figure out why. Because I had my texture pack for 1.4, and then they updated it to 1.5.2, which is the new format, which I'm still trying to get used to. So if I'm doing something wrong, I apologize, and I will post a comment or fix this later. But now that we have our template for our dirt.png done, what you want to do is you're going to click up in the top left corner, click File, and there should be a button that says Overwrite dirt.png if you're editing dirt like I am. You can edit any other file, doesn't matter. And I will probably make another video on making HD textures later, but right now, for this tutorial, I'll just do this. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to click Overwrite dirt.png, minimize that for a second, and I should have that texture pack up. Was it that one? Dirt.png, unless it updated. No, other one. What am I doing? Hello. Test texture pack. Was I in the starter pack? Oh my word. ABC. Dirt.png. Work. Aw, what are you doing to me, you goofy thing? I love technology, don't you guys? Overwrite dirt.png. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. That's right. I edited it straight from the desktop. I'm sorry. For those of you who edit it from a file, I'm so bad. It would be in blocks. And what you would see is if you overwrote it, it says archive name parameters. You would either hit OK or you would hit yes, like it did before, update in the archive. Sorry about that, guys. I keep forgetting that. So now that was only there because I was doing it so you would start using GIMP. Now that we have this, our dirt should work. If this doesn't work, I just got to compress it one more time. All compressing does is it pretty much just smashes all the files together so that it's a smaller format. So what you're going to do, now you have your texture pack, you're going to open up Minecraft, and I'm using Magic Launcher. I have a bunch of mods on my Minecraft.jar, so mine is going to be a little more bit complex. So, yep, you're going to see my texture pack title load up. And also, I probably will post a texture pack link for mine in there somewhere. Let me just make sure. Yep. So now that mine is up, what we're going to want to do now is you're going to go to Options, and you're going to click on Texture Packs, and mine's going to look like this. I have my buddy's texture pack in here too. and you're going to click Open Texture Pack Folder. Now that should bring up something like this that has all the texture packs in it. And I know my texture pack is in the default slot, but that's because I installed mine with Optifine. So I'm going to have to explain that a little bit later. But don't worry, I know this looks confusing. I will explain more of this in multiple videos later. So what I just did is I right-clicked our texture pack on the desktop and I hit copy. I'm just going to come in here and right-click and open spot and click paste. And then it should say test texture pack or whatever you named it. That's what it should be in game. So I'm just going to close that folder. I'm going to go back here. Go back. Work. Yep, it needs to be compressed one more time. So since that didn't work, it would need to be compressed. I don't want to redo that step. I'll just pull out my starter pack once. Try that one. Texture pack. Open. Minimize. Oop, I moved it. Come on, you goofy. Come on. Copy. Paste. X. Oop, wrong one. See, there we go. So pretty much it would look like this. I just need to compress it one more time. I just don't want to do that for the video. So it would look exactly like this in your pack. And then once you have that up, you would just click done. And for those of you who don't want to go through that painful step, I will gladly post the link for that pack for you. This one that I have right here. And then since there's nothing really changed, we would be able to go into single player, go into a world like normal, and then the dirt would be changed. I'm just going to do it for the video, so I'll stand right here, save and quit, options, texture packs. I'm going to minimize that, and since you already saved it to the archive, you can hit close without saving, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Don't click X on those are your toolboxes. You're going to want to actually click X on the GIMP program, so you're going to close that. And I know I'm horrible at tutorials. I'm just trying to give you guys a little something so you can kind of understand how it works. So I'm just going to go to this one, textures. Nope, don't do that. Blocks, dirt, A, B, C, D, dirt. And I'm going to open up my starter pack. Go to the same thing, blocks. I'm just going to take the dirt from that one and put it in that one, overwrite it. Do that. And do that. And then I'm going to go back into Minecraft, open texture pack folder. And there's going to say that there's 2 of it, but that's okay. Copy, paste, replace. There we go. And it should change now. If not, I just have to revamp it one more time. Come on, Minecraft. Oh my gosh, look at that. Minecraft crashes. I love technology. Technology is absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. Sorry. Alright, let's get this working. Work, please, for me, because I love you with Minecraft. There, we got it. And the reason it's not changed on the grass one is because that's the grass and it's a different file. But yep, so now that we have that edited, that is what your dirt would look like in game. So pretty much you can do that with any texture you want, and this is it's edited in your inventory too. Dirt, I'm just gonna replace those. So yep, and there you go. So now you have your standard texture set up, and you can go and edit whatever files you want, and that is how you create a basic Minecraft texture pack. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this video helps some of you, even though I had a couple technical difficulties along the way. But I guess that's what happens sometimes. You have to go through all the trouble to get to something in the end. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all later. Peace out.